All right, guys. So I ran across this tweet that went viral, right? That sparked a huge debate on Twitter, right? As you can see, it has about 66.5 thousand retweets and 608,000 likes. Kind of random, right? But what the tweet is about is basically a snapshot of an email that this guy's sister got from a landscaping company in regards to a job that she applied for versus her reply to that email, right? Her replying back to, I guess, the recruiter or the owner or whoever, the person that she's responding to at the landscaping company. Now, this conversation, right, these email replies sparked, again, debate in the comment section about sexism, right? Sexism when it comes to applying for jobs. So this is the email that she had received from, I guess, whoever she was talking to at a landscaping company about her job application. It says, "Good evening, Charlotte. Thank you for your interest in the position and contacting me. The position is still open. However, unless you're a bodybuilder, I fear that you will not be able to handle the workload. It is very physical and demanding as we are a hard landscaping company. If you feel you are up for it, then feel free to contact me on the number below." Okay, so it looks like some of this stuff is erased out. Okay, because the grammar is horrible. Okay, but who knows? I could be wrong about that. But that's what it says, right? And a lot of people got upset because they said, "Oh, well, this is sexism," right? This person right here is basically saying that she's not capable of doing this job because she's a woman, and basically saying that women aren't strong enough, right? Women don't have what it takes to do the hard work of landscaping. Okay, that's basically what they say that he's saying. Okay, now obviously she took offense to this, as this was her reply. She says, "Hi, Muscle Mark," which is pretty disrespectful thing to be saying to somebody you're trying to get a job from, but this is the world we live in. Funnily enough, I have just as much experience bodybuilding as you do, which I'm guessing is none. What I have is years of experience landscaping and also building retaining walls in 40-degree heat, as I did this for many years while I lived in Australia. I have looked into your company before sending this email, and I assure you that it will be no more challenging than the work I have completed before. It was to a much higher standard than the work I've seen your company produce. However, what I do find challenging is working with small-minded individuals such as yourself that I could probably bench press 5 minutes after being woken up from a 3-year coma. Therefore, I am no longer interested in this position. I'm sure that you will have no problem finding the correct individual at your next visit to the bodybuilding convention. Kind regards, Charlotte, aka not the bodybuilder. Now, again, Twitter went crazy over this response, right? As a lot of people were debating in the comment section about, this response, right? And in my opinion, guys, here's what I think. I think that the landscaping company was obviously joking, right? If there was real sexism going on here, right? Outside of just, obviously this landscaping company, thinks that, hey, this job tends to be more oriented towards men. But if there was real sexism, she would not have had the option to even get the job, right? Most times when you apply for a job and they're not interested in you, right? They don't want to hire you. They just send you a generically worded email saying, "Thank you for your time, blah, 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 blah. We're moving forward with other candidates." That's what they do, right? She wouldn't even have an option. But obviously in that email, they gave her an option, right? He said, "Listen, if you're up for it, hey, you can still give us a call, right? We're just warning you that this is a hard job. We want to make sure that you understand what you're getting into," right? Women typically don't apply for jobs like this. And again, people forget that even in 2021, we do live in a society with gender roles. I mean, as much as the left does not want that, right? They have to accept that biology is still a thing, right? Biology is a thing. And biologically speaking, that job may be more cut out for biological males. But see, again, we have woke revolutionaries who get offended and pissed off by any little slight against them, even if it's just a joke. In my opinion, that was obviously just a joke. So she decides to respond to a potential employer in a way that is basically pretty disrespectful, right? You're not only insulting the owner, but you're also insulting the company, right? The company that you're trying to get a job from, right? Obviously, you want to be employed. Obviously, you're looking for work. And now you may have blackballed yourself from the industry because you decided that you want to get snarky, right? You decided that you wanted to send this reply, and then you let your brother post this on social media for clicks and likes, right? For clicks and likes. Okay. Now, if this employer gets wind of this, right, that you basically tried to embarrass this company, right, on the internet, again, they could end up blackballing her from the industry. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying a lot of people don't think about the etiquette when it comes to dealing with employee-employer relations, right? You got to understand who's in a position of power and who's not. Now, obviously, she is going to move on to another job, but it's like you wanted the job in the first place. You got to understand that it's an industry that's not oriented towards women. Sometimes, you can't be so woke, right? And so stuck up that you don't recognize a joke, right? It was not meant to offend you. I think what the guy was saying was that, hey, this is hard work. We want to make sure that you know what you're getting into, right? We're not going to cut it easy on you. And that's what you should want, right? Women say they want equality. They want equal rights, right? They want the same treatment as men. He's basically saying, listen, you're going to get treated like a man, right? But she took offense to that, okay? Just because he wanted to make sure she was up for the job. And guys, this is, again, a part of, how the younger generation really, they think that they can just talk to certain people however they want, right? And they think that this type of behavior is acceptable. And it's really not, because ultimately this is not going to lead to success. She had an opportunity to get the job. If she would have put her ego aside, right, understood it was a joke, she probably would have got the job, right? Company probably would have been impressed by, her work ethic and what she was doing, and she probably would have been fine. It probably would have been fine, okay? But instead, she sent this unprofessional email, which and some people can argue that the employer's email from Mark, that was kind of unprofessional, right? And it may have been, but I think people got to realize that email etiquette is important, right? It's very important. These are one of the things that I learned early on in my career, right? When I was in corporate America, how to write an email, right? How to keep it as professional as possible. And even if you get denied from a job, which I've been denied from plenty of jobs, right? Even if you don't feel like it's fair, even if you don't like the way the employer responded, always keep it professional, right? Because that electronic trail is there forever. And like I said, I just wouldn't be surprised if, who knows? I mean, in certain industries, they do keep track of stuff like this, right? And you never want to ruin your professional reputation trying to chase clout. But see, the young generation does not think about that. They don't think about their reputations. They don't think about, how they present themselves to employers. Okay, this stuff is actually really important, right? Because we have a whole generation of people out there that are saying, hey, you need to just, don't give a 2-week notice on your job. Just leave if you get another job. Or saying that, oh, you don't need to dress up when you go to work. You can wear dreads. You can not shave. Don't cut your facial hair. You can just do whatever you want. Dress sloppy going into work, right? We have a whole generation of people that are embracing this culture. But the reality is that, even though those companies may change to a certain extent, there always will be a level of professionalism that people just have to maintain, whether it's through email or whether it's in the office. And a lot of people tend to forget that, right? They tend to forget that, right? ultimately, little things like that is what's going to separate people who are successful versus those who are not successful. In my opinion, I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Okay? Maybe the younger generation got it right. Maybe you should be rebellious against your employer, rebellious against the man, rebellious against the power structure, and just, take on the world, right? Who knows? But let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.